This program is brought to you through the kind support of the Friends of That's What She Said. Support BCTV by visiting bctv.org/support.
It used to be great, now it's not so great, but it's still pretty great. Reading. Ate pretzels nonstop and pot pie no top. No dessert till we drop. Perks. Did they really say that? They did not say that. Yeah, they did say that. That's what she said.
Hello and welcome to another episode of That's What She Said. We're so happy to be here live. We were taped last month, and if you didn't see the Christmas special, go to the archives at bct.org. What?
It is the 5th year.
It is the 5th
Yes,
year.
we've had
Sorry.
Hold on. Interrupt.
We're just house cleaning before we
Beginning here, fine.
Yeah.
Normally we do this before the show, but well,
This is a last minute adjustment.
well, we're excited and we're beside ourselves. We are starting our 5th year here at BCTV.
Woo! Can you believe
Thank
that?
you so much. It's wonderful, isn't it?
5 years,
5
wow.
years. And by now you should know who
Yeah,
we are. But since you may not, you may be a first-time viewer. Who are these creatures sitting here?
Creatures.
Well,
Amazing creatures. Sheila.
amazing creatures, fabulous creatures, stunning creatures. I am Jane Street,
I am Sheila.
I'm Martha.
I'm Nicole.
and Sheila knits.
Yeah.
Actually, she crochets. Oh, you're knitting.
Today I'm knitting, yeah.
You're just confusing me.
I know.
Thanks.
I'm so inconsistent, but
We also want to
Thanks.
do a little shout out to Berks County Living, who did a wonderful interview with Martha Stewart, and clearly I've been drinking too much already.
Martha Stewart.
Martha Richardson, and we have a lovely little piece in this issue of Berks County Living. And,
That's awesome.
We're
famous.
We
That's what I said to my husband.
We're famous. Now, if Rich
thank
could
them
follow,
for
that would
caring
be
about
cool.
us. Because it's good to be cared about.
It is,
Um,
indeed.
Also, remember, we have our Twitterer ready, and you can tweet us at @she tweets to me. She tweets to me as you are tweeting to us. You can also call us live here at the studio at 610-378-0426. And we'd love to hear from you. If you have something you want to tell us or want to jump in on a topic, please feel free to pick up that phone and do so. Also, we would like to let you know that, yes, it's been a while since we've done it. We are going to give away another set of these fabulous That's What She Said glasses.
I love these. I use mine all
They
the
are so
time.
Yes, we do have to remind you that one doesn't put them in the dishwasher. We'll get a better printer next time. but they are fabulous to have, even if you have to wash them by hand.
Totally worth washing by hand.
Absolutely.
And it's your way to be a part of what we do.
Indeed.
We
Drink
pop a
along.
bottle, you pop a bottle.
And you know, one day I met 2 people within an hour who said, "I've seen you on that show." I went to the ophthalmologist a couple of weeks ago. I was having my glasses adjusted. This lady said, "I know you. We watch your show." And about a half an hour later, I was in a store. Another woman came up and said, "We watch your show all the time. We just love it."
That happened to me in a
they're-
coffee
and
shop
see,
once.
they're
It was
out
Nicole's
there.
husband. That's right. He goes, "I know you," and I'm like, "You do? How?" You're on a
It's
show.
probably like that deep and imposing voice. He's like, I know you.
No, he like made direct eye contact with me. And I looked away and he was still looking. I'm like, "What's going on?"
So if you run into us outside
Hi,
the
Jesse.
store, in the stores or on the street, don't be creepy about it. just come up and say, "Hi, how you doing?"
The people seeing us.
No,
That's bizarre. Like,
I have coworkers, like the custodial staff or faculty members, will randomly go, I saw you on TV. And I'm like,
yeah, it's so weird.
because they sort of separate them.
I forget we're on TV.
I did too.
Like, I feel like it's just a night with our friends. Like, I always forget
Indeed.
there's
It's like, this is
cameras
my
here.
alter ego. And
Yeah.
It is, and that's something I also wanted to mention.
Oh my gosh.
No, just that we are a good group of friends, but that's what we love about the show, and we want to thank you in our going into our 5th year, because you're our friends too. We have so many lovely people who watch the show and participate, and just even if you're not calling or twittering, we know you're there because, well, you tell us.
And we really like each other, unlike The View, which, as you know, has had
Ooh,
its
those
little
catty
battles.
ladies. Ooh,
We
they're
people,
mean.
we women really like each other.
I look forward
Take
to
a
this
lesson
every
from
month.
you. View us and learn.
Watch and learn, right?
On-
All right.
Sorry.
Well, I guess we'll get rid of the elephant in the room. Snowmageddon.
Oh gosh,
How you doing in that?
wasn't that brutal?
It was.
That
It still is brutal.
It still is brutal. You're right.
You know what?
I spent a lot of time
There was
shoveling
a man
today.
died not far from our house on the
I saw that.
Kutztown
He fell
Road.
asleep, or not? No, the exhaust came
he-
in the car.
But I just heard that there was a woman and her 2-year-old child died.
No,
Same
no.
In
way.
her car, her husband was digging him out, and they were sitting in the car.
Well,
you gotta
stop.
Snow.
Just very sad.
I mean, I do have to say it's incredibly sad, but think.
avoidable.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's happened
because
a lot
they made this
lately.
announcement over and over. Watch your dryer vents. Be sure they're vented, and be sure that you're not sitting. That your exhaust pipe isn't blocked.
Indeed. I mean,
Very sad. Very
we-
scary.
It is. We have to kick into a separate mindset when we run into a situation like this, and
This
and
isn't just regular
this isn't
snowfall, it's a
regular snowfall.
disaster.
Exactly.
Right.
And you have to go about a little higher thinking than usual because things like this can happen.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Jamie, he found me specially made, Jamie, our producer, of course, he's sitting down over there. He made me buy crampons, you know, those little
Yes, I
things
have
that
those.
Now,
Right.
he had to have them specially fitted for my high heels. But,
They're the
But he
best.
did it. I thought, this is going to break the heel off, but it didn't. And they kept me
They
firm
snap
and
right
steady
over
on
it,
the
don't
ice.
they?
They do. They were wonderful. And he got me neon green ones.
That's fancy.
Which didn't really go with the outfit, but they
never
kept me
miss you.
But you
upright.
know
So,
the other thing about the snow? There is the plus side, and I feel guilty because I love that day when it's coming down like the dickens, but I don't go out. I'm not the one who goes out and shovels it. But there's the silence.
Yeah.
There are no cars. There are
It's
no
nice. It's
trains.
peaceful.
It's that wonderful silence, and that fact that everything shut down. We didn't get a paper for 3 days. We haven't had mail since Friday, and it's okay. The world's still going on, and there's not a thing we can do about it.
indeed.
Yeah,
And there's
God, it's
always
so
Facebook.
nice.
Great.
There's always Facebook. In fact, that was all there was when it was snowing.
I like how Sunday
books.
then in my neighborhood became neighborhood day.
Yeah.
Everyone was out. People who had snow blowers were out. People who had shovels were out. It was, hey, I'll do this if you do that. We were calling across the road to each other, making
that's
sure everyone's
nice.
okay. I like that. I like that community aspect of it
Sunday
too.
morning,
It's so different
Sunday
in an
morning,
apartment
bright and early,
complex.
Barry pushed a car that got stuck, and I thought, why would this idiot try to go out? Our streets weren't plowed. He was going to dialysis.
Oh no! And you were there
I'm going,
judging.
don't push that idiot.
Idiot! Why
And
are you here?
that's an important
Too
lesson.
very
Somebody may have something that you know nothing about,
Exactly.
like dialysis. Don't call them an
Martha
idiot.
is sorry. She judged you, whoever you are.
You should have planned to have gone to a
Now-
hotel near the hospital, but you know.
Now, what's interesting though is I hear Penn State has a solution to their snow problem.
yes.
And on
An
the
awesome
sidewalks and
one.
such.
Because we
Nicole and I are Penn State, about 100 years apart. But when I went up there back in the 60s, they had heated sidewalks. And I mean, that engineering feat was done then, and it was a pleasure to walk around the main campus because
That's so
sidewalks
cool.
were
So
seated.
So how do they accomplish this?
It's still a part of their design. So as much as possible, as far as I remember and know now, they still make it part of their design. So they run a lot of their ductwork or something runs underneath, and
There are
I think
also
a lot
no
of
wires at Penn State. I mean,
yeah,
even when I was there, all
everything's-
their wires
and
were
there's
burned.
actually access tunnels that you can go down and
Right.
walk through. Because wasn't
Right,
there one
indeed
year
there were.
where it snowed so bad the kids went underground to get to classes?
Really?
I remember
Oh, yeah.
hearing
That's
goodness.
kind of interesting.
Oh, we
That's
had
fun.
underground tunnels in
Yeah.
South Halls to get to the dining
They've
room.
closed most of them down since I was there.
Well,
but
things happen in those.
yeah, well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I just think that's a wonderful idea, and
It's a great solution.
as we as a country increase and improve our infrastructure, how wonderful would that be to actually start
wonderful.
thinking that way on a larger scale of running our ductwork and pipes, and
They should do that everywhere.
they should.
Especially in
they were doing-
Reading.
Oh.
Have you seen
Think about
Reading?
how long ago that was that I was there, and they were doing that, and there were no overhead
Indeed.
wires.
Technologies exist. We
Yeah.
just don't avail ourselves of them.
utilize them.
Oh,
Right.
and Marsha, if you're watching, a local viewer, Marsha.
Okay.
Well, I was recently on vacation and I saw this wonderful thing for steps. It plugs in and it's a mat that lays down your steps and it heats them so the snow doesn't stick. So we should look into that for you. Just
be
throwing that
awesome.
out there. It's a lot of steps, but
that.
maybe that would be
great.
lovely.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean steps are a danger in the winter.
Yes.
Yes. Tailbone.
My son are in danger all the time.
Yeah.
Does he fall?
He takes his time. He takes his time.
Speaking of falling and failing,
Uh-oh.
we said we'd never mention him again. We lied.
Oh, how about a drink?
Here we go.
Here we go. Mr. Trump seems to be doing very well in a sort of limited demographic and percentage.
He needs to stop. He just needs to stop
But
horsing
he's not
around.
going to. That's the problem. He's
I
not
don't think
going.
he
wants to be
considered
the
the fact
president.
that.
Oh, I think he does.
But let's consider his mantra of the immigration. All three of his wives are immigrants, are
Yeah.
past, present, and
But they're
future.
not.
They're all immigrants. So obviously there are jobs that immigrants can do that Americans don't want to do.
What, marry rich men?
Modeling and be married to rich
Marrying
men.
Donald Trump.
I could do that.
Producers.
Not him, but-
Would you want to marry Donald Trump?
Oh, what? Crazy.
Imagine getting awake and looking at that hair in the morning.
Well, it wouldn't be on him in the morning. It'd be on the shelf over there.
Swooshed across.
But indeed. And then Sarah Palin with her.
I'm hoping
but
that's the
Tina
last
Fey-
nail in that coffin.
Tina Fey on Saturday Night Live
it
was,
was-
so
She heartburned her.
perfect.
She's
Oh
so
my
funny.
Darlings, it was brilliant performance.
Oh,
art.
yeah.
It
Oh, my
was.
God.
It
Tina.
was.
Tina's
It
funny.
made no sense. It was rambling. It was like me.
It was just like the real
But
thing.
that's what she sounded like when she
What,
was.
like
I mean,
me?
No. I mean, that's what Sarah sounded like when she was on with Donald.
Rambly.
And
Because
actually,
she
I think
cray cray.
right.
She is cray
Oh,
cray.
she
But,
is.
and I forget which commentator it was compared her to Yosemite Sam. Which in the side-by-side
So perfect.
comparison wasn't too far off. It was pretty amazing. It was a brilliant piece of scary performance art.
My daughter says that she thinks that Sarah Palin has a very big sex appeal for a lot of men.
Oh,
She
I'm
does.
sure
She's
she
a
does.
beautiful woman. I think she's pretty.
I mean,
No?
Okay, so
I mean,
can't
I
say-
don't doubt the fact that there's not much
Okay.
behind
There's
the
that
face.
cricket button.
if they like
I think
dumplings
she's
that don't
pretty.
shut up when they should.
Okay, so there's that really crude expression that we can't say about not talking, but
Hey, her looks
I
had nothing to
guess,
do with her
yeah.
mindset.
right,
The face was there first.
right.
I'm just hoping that she does for Trump what she did for McCain. That we're all
Well, I heard somebody say
Bury his
Cheers to
campaign.
that.
John McCain is sitting in Arizona going, "You should have called me."
Exactly.
This woman again.
And so on that subject of Star Wars.
I haven't seen it.
Who's seen it?
I have not seen it. I have a confession.
I've seen it. Guess?
I've not seen any Star Wars movies.
It's so
No.
exciting.
None of them.
3D. I was so excited. I threw these glasses in the bin when we went out.
was-
I'm not opposed to it. I just haven't.
It was the best 3D I have
It
ever
was
seen. I don't know
wonderful.
what technology they use, but it was really brilliantly done.
Really?
And so you felt so immersed in this film in a
That's
way
fun.
I've never felt in a
Exactly.
3D film.
because
It was-
I saw Avatar and that in 3D. And
Avatar
that
was pretty cool.
Blew us away in 3D. So if
It
you're
was
saying,
that was wonderful. This
when
is
you wanna reach out.
amazing.
all right, we'll have to see it.
Yeah,
man.
from the moment
Star
it
Wars
started,
date?
and Jamie actually took
I
me
suppose I
because
should see
Oh, let
the
me go
rest of
with
them
you.
I don't
first.
go
with
anywhere
you.
alone.
Yeah,
Let's see it
let's have a
together.
Star Wars
But
date.
the moment the movie started, we just looked at each other, and unfortunately we were speaking while the movie was starting. But it was just like, this is so amazing. You just felt totally sucked into
I like
the
that.
whole movie thing.
The old and the new. I mean, because I took my son when he was in, I don't know, 6th grade, 4th grade to see the first one, and there was 3CPO and the Millennium Falcon and R2D2, and it was like, oh, there they are. It was such a perfect blend of old and new. It was really
It was
Well
it
done.
was so lovely. And while we're on that, roll that intro.
It's Sheila's not necessarily current movie picks.
I love my theme song. I do. I think it's cute. So I saw this movie. Okay, another old one, but it's new to me. Clueless. Who's seen Clueless?
I've never seen
Oh
Clueless.
my goodness.
It's my anthem.
It's so cute. When I
my
first
jam.
started watching it, I figured I judged right away. I did. Because it's not normally all I want is horror. I'm sorry. That's like what I gravitate to. But lately, I've been all about the bubbly chick flicks, and this one is super cute.
It is cute.
It's really
it's
cute.
actually genius.
It is.
I mean, if you
Who's
the
in it?
mess. It's Alicia Silverstone, Brittany Murphy's in it. It's an old movie. It's like
It's
what from the
very
'90s, like
Yeah,
early
Donald
'90s.
Faison
Oh yes,
is
that's
in it,
so
like,
old.
Yeah,
Pre
it's so
Scrubs,
old.
Donald Faison.
Yeah, so
oh,
many like
Paul Rudd before, like pre-famous Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
And it's just great. Like it's a play on Emma, the book Emma.
Yes.
And it's
Oh,
and
that's
it's
right,
set
it is.
in the valley.
Yeah.
But
wonderful.
it just is genius on so many levels. It's such a
It's
great
adorable.
movie.
It's,
yeah.
yeah.
It is
It's
good.
become
I
one
love
of
it.
my favorites.
So no horror movies this time?
I know, right? But no, not lately.
Oh my goodness. Did you see Krampus?
No, I
People
need
were
to.
talking about Krampus all around me. People I was hanging out with
I
over
need to
December
see
down in
Krampus.
Florida. And I just, Krampus what?
Krampus is a monster.
Sounds like a
Scary.
Belsnickel.
It's kind of scary.
It kind of is like a Belsnickel.
All right.
Yeah, it's. I need to see that.
All
I
right,
missed it
well.
though. It's like I know it's out of the theaters, but it's on my list. Maybe I'll do a review someday.
Excellent.
Please do.
Put that on your review list. Krampus.
On my list.
Ah,
Love to have a Netflix
fabulous.
night. Come on.
All right.
and chill, yeah.
Get us out of this.
It's Sheila's not necessarily current movie picks.
And we're back
What kind of
from our little musical break. Now, in October, I believe it was October, there was a wonderful auction here at BCTV to raise some funds for the operating funds. That came out beautifully, didn't it? We had an item in the running, which was a guest spot here on That's What She Said, and we have our winner with us tonight. So please welcome Elaine McDevitt.
Yay! I'm so excited to be here.
Excellent.
We're excited to have you.
That's what she said last.
Cheers and welcome.
Cheers. Welcome.
Cheers.
And you paid to be on the show. That's the really great
I
part.
did because it's a great show, and of course,
you.
BCTV
That's awesome.
is wonderful. So it was a
Absolutely.
win-win situation.
Indeed, we were so thankful for you bidding on it. It was a really wonderful night, and I think over that week they did some good work.
Oh,
Good
it's the biggest,
fundraising.
it's the biggest fundraiser BCTV has, so it's real important
Indeed.
to keep us on the air, keep
And
us
it was
going.
fascinating.
It is.
I watched every night, and it was just
And
it
the
was
online-
strange.
The online auction is so much fun now too. Yeah, you could see where you're placed with all the bids, and I had a lot of fun with that.
So cool.
It was
Yeah.
truly compelling television. I was thinking, oh, this is going to be boring, and it wasn't. You just,
no, it was fun.
and I want to be part of it next year. Anyway, so welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for
I can't
joining
believe
us.
I'm here. I'm so excited.
That's so fun.
Now, you've seen the show before.
Oh yes.
How often do you watch?
Well, I don't watch a lot of TV, but I've seen the show several times. I want to say hi to Mark Ullman, and, because he watches the show too. And I've seen it a few times. And what I love about it is I just feel like it's just like a girlfriend's night. I mean, where you're jumping from serious subjects to funny subjects and back and forth, and it's just like, being out with the girls. So it's real fun.
Well,
That's kind of how we feel too. It is like a night
I was
with a girl.
thinking, no wonder you get along much better than View because you all agree on everything.
No, not always, but we
really?
disagree respectfully. So that's the
okay.
difference.
That's the big difference, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, I was a little intimidated when we found out who won because you are quite an accomplished woman. I mean,
You're so funny. You have such a great sense of humor.
Tell us about yourself.
Indeed, my goodness.
Well, I do love BCTV. I've been a board member for about 15 years maybe.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so I've been involved with BCTV for a real long time, and I just love what it is to the community. I love the fun we have on it. I love the information that it gives. I love everything about it, really. So
Indeed.
yeah.
Well, I meant your other
Yes,
job.
what do you do in your
Oh,
spare
well,
time?
my family has a business in the city called the Rose Corporation. It's on 8th
And
Street.
tell us about that, because I have seen that so often. I
Yeah, a lot of
know what
people
it
think
does.
it has something to do with floristry. It's called the Rose Corporation. But no, my father started it when he was 50 years old. Talk about
Wow.
inspiring.
Oh my
That is
goodness, I didn't
inspiring.
Yeah,
realize
in
that.
1987, and he named it after my mom. Her name was Rosemary.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And we've been in business 29 years this year. Yeah.
And you make sturdy
We make
stuff.
steel things.
You
We
make
paint it pretty colors and send it all over the United States, all over the world,
So
really.
what do you mean? Was this like Preiser stoveware or something?
No, it's industrial equipment.
Okay.
So it's equipment that most people don't see. Industrial
Okay.
furnaces. We built a lot of furnaces that are in the carpenter technology.
Okay.
But we built thermal oxidizers. That's the equipment that cleans air pollution.
Wow.
Right.
Oh my
Air
goodness.
pollution from automobile companies. We've built units that have gone to Brazil, and
Wow,
South
that's
America, and into China. Yeah, it is
All
exciting.
from Little Reading. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
And one
That's
of
so
the cool
cool.
things is years ago we built the innards of Mission Space in Disney World.
Wow.
I don't know if you've ever
Oh
been
my
there.
goodness.
That's amazing.
That's so cool. So we're called a custom fabricator. So we don't actually design these things. Engineer firms design them. They give it to us, and we build them because we have great, really skilled welders, fitters, people that know how to run these machines like artists. So it's really
That
cool.
is
So you buy the
Wonderful.
steel.
Uh-huh.
You don't make the steel
No.
like Cartech.
Right. Carpenter makes the steel.
Right. And you actually buy
You just
whatever
build
you need to fit.
Yes, and we build a lot of things for Carpenter because
Right.
Carpenter is in the type of business where they are they're ruining their stuff a lot because they work hard building
Right.
the
Oh, indeed.
steel and the steely roads. So we build huge like steel ladles for them at times.
That's fascinating.
It really is fascinating. It really is fascinating, and it's amazing when you walk through the shop and see what the
Do you take
guys
tours?
can do.
Would you
I was
take
just going to say that. We don't want to put you on the
kinda
spot,
love
but do you do
Closed toe
tours?
shoes only through the shop, ladies.
Oh, there's a closed toe.
Ag teacher, I got that.
Yes, of course. Yes, not to the general public or anything, but we often give tours, and people are always impressed what they see.
But you must have
That would
known
be-
that we've gone to wineries and pretzel factories and
Farms.
farms.
Oh, so you're
and-
saying you'd like to do a field trip to the Rose Corporation?
Oh my gosh.
I think that would be fantastic.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Do a hard hat?
Yes, you could wear hard hats and safety glasses. And
Perfect. Yeah.
Bank.
We don't have to do our
Yes,
hair.
You're formally invited.
I'm not the producer. That's up to Jamie. But I think it would be fabulous.
We love road trips.
It really
I
is
think it would be-
very, very, very interesting, and it really is a tribute to skilled labor in our country. It
That's
really
really
is.
wonderful. Good for
Yeah.
you.
That's
And you are a Readingite. I assume.
No, I'm actually from Ohio, but my parents moved here when I was 13.
Oh, okay.
So I started going to Northeast
Smart
Junior
move.
High, and of course I'm still here. Now my dad passed about 17 years ago.
Okay.
No, what am I saying? He was at the company for 17 years. He passed 12 years ago.
Okay.
And so I have a much bigger role in the company now because of that. And then my mom passed just this past July. Yeah.
What did,
It was. It's
what
a really
did your
hard
father
thing.
do for his first 50 years?
oh yeah.
Well, my father was always into steel fabrication.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And and my dad was just one of these people. He graduated from high school and got married. That's what they did then. So my mom and him married when they were 17 and 18.
Wow.
And he was a truck driver for a while, and then he got into steel fabrication. But he was much more of a supervisor than he was a skilled laborer. And he just gradually took promotion after promotion, and then moved to New Jersey for a better job, and then moved here for a better job, and then eventually my brother died in a motorcycle accident when he was only 24. And right around that time, my dad said, "You know what? Life's short. I'm going to do this." And when I turned 50, I was like, God bless my dad for starting this whole big thing.
That's a serious thing to start at any age.
But he
but
loved it. It was
especially at
absolutely
50, wow.
his dream.
I mean,
yeah.
if that's the
phenomenal.
thing in life. It's never too late to start
It's not.
something. If you
It's
love
really
what
not.
you're doing, then
And that's the story. That's the same story we heard from the man who started Blair Winery.
Indeed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Decided
Yeah.
after he needed something as a hobby,
So he started.
and he started. and-
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think too, for my dad, he just loved every single second of it. It wasn't like
wonderful.
work to him.
That's what you
wonderful.
need to do.
It was
If you
wonderful.
don't enjoy what you do, it's one time around. You ought to find something you do enjoy.
This opens another subject, and I want to bounce to it quickly. I love what I do here, and I love what I do for a living, because this isn't it. But so many people find themselves in a really beautiful situation doing what they love to do, and they complain.
Yeah,
And
why are you
so many people
complaining?
are doing things that they hate doing day after day after day. And I just want to smack them and say, shut up. You're doing what you enjoy. Just take your paycheck,
Exactly.
have a smile on your face, and go home.
I think some people complain
Just
because
because.
they're almost embarrassed to admit that and I know people like this, they really enjoy what they're doing, but everyone around them is complaining, and so they sort of join the bandwagon.
Just to
because
be
just
part
to
of the
be,
group.
so people don't think they're weird because they really love what they're doing.
Well,
I think there are
I
people
think
like
the
that.
older you get, the more you realize that you don't see things as they are. You see things as you are.
Right,
So
exactly.
complainers are going to complain.
Right.
Yeah.
People who look at the
Exactly.
bright side are going to make the best of it. And that is so
Exactly.
true with everything.
Exactly.
Everything. And as I said, that's one of the best
There's a
things I
parking
think about
with-
getting older is realizing all this cool stuff that you heard all your life and didn't know what it meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Absolutely.
Wisdom
Yeah.
of the ages is
Now,
definitely.
how big a
Definitely.
staff do you have? I mean,
We have 52 employees at the Rose Corporation, and we also have a steel services division called Mark Metals, which is right over behind the Heaster's Lanes.
Huh.
And we sell steel there, so a lot of small contractors will come in and buy sheet metal, tube, channel, all that kind of thing, and then we'll do some value-add services, saw it and cut it and all this
and
other
what
stuff.
did you do before steel became your life?
Actually, I was in television.
Oh my goodness!
Yes, I worked, when I graduated from Millersville, I moved to Houston, and I worked the CBS affiliate for 3 years.
Oh my
That's so
goodness!
fun.
Bob Eubanks nibbled on this knee. Do you remember who Bob knew?
I do.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness!
it was exciting.
Dare we ask the circumstance?
It was an after-hours party, and I forget really. We've
heard about Bob Eubanks.
That's so
real
funny.
life than he is on TV. Let me just say.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, I think he put a run in my pantyhose at the time.
Really?
Lots of teeth.
His teeth got stuck.
My goodness.
Yeah, so
That's
that was
so
fun.
funny.
But then I was in marketing and public relations for several different years up at an advertising agency in Buffalo. And then I was with Doniker's when he opened up the artworks at Doniker's.
Oh,
so
my
I was
wow.
working in that area. Yeah, so I
You have like an awesome career.
Right.
You've done a lot of fun stuff.
I've done things that you
I did
enjoy.
some awesome things. I met a lot of awesome people along
That's
the way, as you
wonderful.
do. You know.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
No one
that's-
famous has ever nibbled
Always-
on my knee. I'm a little jealous.
always keep yourself open, though, to that possibility. And
To the nibbles.
so somebody may
Knee nibbles could
some-
happen.
You may have who
will
knows?
allow it.
Miley Cyrus nibbling on your knee.
I'll allow it. Do it,
Somebody
Miley.
go to a tune.
Somebody better Snapchat that.
But again, that's the thing. You never know. And I find myself actually saying this a lot to younger people lately, and I don't know if it's the change of the year or whatever, but whatever you plan for in your life, it's never going to be that way.
No.
Nothing, you can plan, you can worry yourself sick, it's not going to make any difference because nothing ever happens as you imagine.
Roll with the punches.
Exactly.
Just let
Isn't
things
that what
happen.
we said on our Christmas show? You and I. We were
I
trying
did.
to
That was one of my
live more in the
resolutions.
moment. I've really been trying to do that.
Have
And
you?
Yeah, and I
I'm still
have to
working on it.
say it's well, it's
I'm
it's
getting
not
there.
it's not a finished
Baby
product.
steps, that's right.
But
Well, you
I'm
know,
better
it's-
at it than it has gotten me through the holidays.
Oh, there's
a
no
lot
whoops,
happier.
just talk over it.
Yeah, feel free.
yeah,
I don't
Just
wanna-
interrupt.
I was just going to say, my son is sort of living his dream now, and as a mother, it just makes you feel like $1 million
Oh,
bucks.
absolutely.
That's awesome.
He graduated with a political science major from Mount St. Mary's, and now he's working as a staff assistant at the Capitol.
Wow.
And he's always wanted to do that, and he's doing it, and he's taking advantage of all the cool things going on in Washington. And
for him.
as a mother, it's like so awesome to see them actually living this dream. But it's so funny because they're like, oh, this being adult part is really hard. We have a problem with our bill. We have to do this. So he's trying to figure all that out. But it
I
really
think no
is
matter how cool
exciting.
your job is, that part never gets
Comcast isn't good to anybody.
They're out of the dark.
No matter how much you love what you do.
But I think the moral of the story is your son didn't sit around and wait for it to come to him.
No,
he
no.
chased it down. And I think that's the big
And
thing.
you obviously encouraged him to move on.
You must have,
Absolutely.
Many people that seem to hold their children so close and they don't want them
You
to
know,
move
you really
more
have
than
to
5
fight.
miles.
You really have to fight not to do that. It's so easy, especially when you only
I don't know. I
have
think
one or two
but
children.
You've seen the world. I saw the world. I wanted my children to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, go out and see it. If you decide you want to come back here, that's fine. But know what's out there before.
I didn't
you
really see the world. I just saw Texas and
Oh,
Buffalo.
well, Texas. I said Texas.
That's
the world that a lot of people have seen.
My daughter was born in Texas.
Oh,
Been there.
cool.
Midland and Dallas. Big city. People in Texas think it is the world. I didn't.
Well, we have a tweet.
Hey.
too.
Christina is coveting our wine.
Oh, Christina.
Christina Hawes.
It's
That's our
lovely.
Christina. Aw.
She wants wine.
She can have one.
I'd throw some at the camera, but they charge me for it when it breaks.
I would have another one.
Oh,
The white is lovely.
Like,
Thank you
thank-
for
It's
whoever
very
brought
It's
it.
good.
Barry's. This is from Barry's wine cellar because I didn't
we do.
get
Where
out
is it?
to the.
I'll just go to the clip and I'll.
Oh. All right. We're going. Just remember, you can tweet us, as people are, at she tweets to me, and call us at 610-378-0426. Take it to that clip.
So, let's get this song over with. I need some moisture. The sun is shining, the grass is green, the banana and date palms swing. There's never been such a day in Fort Myers, FLA. But it's near December the 24th, and I'm longing for some reason to be up north. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. What I love, my family's all dead. So what I love about my theater family is it gives me a second family that I need just be thought of. It is the warm, it's warmer than my original family. And thank you all for having me as part of your lovely big umbrella family. The theater is an amazing place. Here we go. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
And there was our Christmas song for our January show. Because what's a show without a Christmas song?
But it was
We
white
always say.
Christmas.
Was that Sid playing?
It was so appropriate.
No.
And we finally had white.
Yeah, we finally had a white.
We
Better
did.
late than never.
Right.
That, actually, now that I think about it, now that
Yeah.
you bring it up, that was appropriate. We
was-
finally do have a white Christmas.
It was 70 degrees
But I'm done
here on
now.
Christmas.
I'm thinking, like, you
I've
said
had enough
never,
white.
Never, I'm thinking never.
I would have done what never to, but now that it's here, I'm over it.
No, that was actually while I was
So
down seeing
over.
my friend Kirk in Florida.
Oh, how was that? Was that fun?
It was amazing. Well, you saw my little
Well,
cabana
you've
bowl
been
down
gallivanting everywhere. Yeah, I
well,
saw you in
yeah,
Iwo
you left us
Jima.
That's right.
Drinking.
We were catching up with you in November.
Yes.
You
In
were
Iwo
all
Jima.
over the place.
I was trying to get back here and it just didn't work, and then I
Well,
figured.
we're back. We're glad you're back
was
now.
I,
something
it
else.
is so nice.
That
to
was
be back.
terrifying.
But then I was with you for Christmas.
For
and,
Christmas
we-
was nice, but I'm glad.
Yeah, but you didn't want to. We had to twist your
I
arm. We had to get
know.
Mrs. Claus, and
Wow.
Well,
you were very difficult that day.
well, I wound up not difficult,
That's
you
right.
did.
and that's what
It
matters.
was wonderful.
That is what matters.
wonderful.
Well, speaking of this wonderful snow we're having, Nicole, now how old is David?
He is a little over 20 months now, which is
Wow.
What's that in years?
a little over a year and a half.
A year and a half. Oh my. At what point do you stop monthing?
I have no idea.
That's why people say like 30
24
months.
months
At 2
usually.
years, can I stop doing this? All right,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I feel like
Because
after.
I would go to the pediatrician or wherever, and I'd be like, he's a year and a half. And I'd go, is that 18 months? I'm like,
Oh, so it's
you
their
do the
fault.
math. Yes.
It is their fault. They
Why
want
can't I
months.
just tell you a year and a half?
Oh my goodness. Well, we have a picture of little David because he's been on the show several times. This is his first remembering experience of the snow.
Yeah, last year when it snowed, I put him in a suit and stuck him in the snow, and he hated it. But this
Oh, he
year,
doesn't even walk it.
he loved it. Oh my gosh,
Oops, there we go.
we
Yep.
knew the snow was coming for a couple days, so we'd start to
Here is
say.
walking through the snow.
He's so cute.
So you can see the snow is taller than he is. So he would hear neighbors calling to us, and he'd be like, looking around. But he knew this, like we knew the snow was coming. So we go,
That's how I
David,
felt in the
this
snow.
weekend we'll go play in the snow. So we'd go to the door, and he goes, no. And we go, not yet, buddy, wait till the weekend. So every day over to the door, no. And we're like, almost, buddy. And the day that, we didn't go out Saturday because it was, that
too
was
much.
not happening. I was going to lose my child if we
I was
did.
going to say he'd be flying across.
So he came out Sunday to help, well, let's be honest, my husband shovel while I stood with a shovel and looked cute every once in a while.
You came to supervise.
I was chasing David mostly, but he was like bouncing in the front of the door. It was everything to get like his snow boots on. He got out there and he stuck both hands in and he pulls them out. They're covered in snow and he goes, dirty. And I said, no, baby, they're not dirty. They're covered in snow. And he went like this and it flew and he licked his hand. He was like, ah! And he just like went
I
at
love
it.
him.
And so he was like knocking down the snow piles back onto the sidewalk.
I love that he said his hands were dirty. I think that's hysterical.
Dirty.
Dirty.
And that's,
I
yeah,
love
as
him.
we've been out, he looks at cars and he's like, dirty. I was like, yeah, that buddy, that car's dirty.
Take him to my house so he can tell me what I need to
Yeah.
clean.
Can't bring him to me.
Show me what's dirty, David.
But he's, he's loving the snow.
I need to see it.
By the way, Heather is loving your Bob Eubanks nibbling story.
Is that our Heather?
Oh yes.
She's great.
And Christina says that David could have come to play with Kerrigan.
Oh, yeah, you live not too far from her.
That's right. Well, I mean, now that we have passable sidewalks, let me know. We'll come on over.
Yeah, play
we
date.
have no school tomorrow, so party time.
So walk on over there and play.
I
Yeah.
need a play date with
Oh my goodness! And speaking of people who are cold,
That's me. I'm forever cold.
how about those folks in Oregon? Imagine what. Do they have any heat? Well, I guess
Oh,
we have.
you know what? What was this? Really?
Oh,
The
sorry.
first-
Explain who I mean, I'm sorry. I know what I'm saying in my head, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yes, I refuse to call them militants. I think they're
just
terrorists.
ridiculous.
But
But the first thing they did was they came up with a list, a huge list of supplies they wanted people to send them, one of which was French vanilla creamer. Oh, please.
Is that a desperate
Oh, please,
situation
is
that
this-
you
I
need
mean,
French vanilla
you
cream?
You run out of your French
Come
vanilla
on
creamer.
It
And
seems to me that if you
that's
have these
serious in my
guns
house,
and you
but-
have this need to look armed and be militant, then we have wars going on in this world.
You shouldn't be drinking
Go
coffee.
join them. Go to Afghanistan. Go to Syria, do something creative.
Take your gun and
instead
do
of something so safe,
something
and going
worthwhile
on
with it.
national, federal land and saying, "I've got a gun." Oh, really?
Who terrorizes bird watchers?
Oh, really? Just ridiculous.
Or better yet, lay down your gun, go volunteer, go help people in this country who need help. Do something positive. Be a change maker. Don't be a whining little brat sitting in a building going, "I want French vanilla creamer and the world to change." Change the world. Stop being such a jerk.
I always feel the same way about people who ruin the very neighborhoods they live in. People that do a lot of graffiti or a lot of damage. I always think to myself, just think those same people could put to a really good something volunteer that they really love, the positive difference that they can make in the world instead of just like destroying their own.
But I think
homes.
those are very often kids, and I think these are adults.
But on that subject quickly, Reading has a
Reading has some great programs.
They have a wonderful program where they take the kids who have done graffiti in the streets and actually.
The murals?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic!
And
yes.
it's such a wonderful way
That's
to
a
make.
perfect example.
Exactly.
That's a perfect example of turning
Exactly.
something ugly into something
And I
beautiful.
think
It's open to everyone, which is the cool thing. Like
and
anybody can come help.
Now, working with kids who have a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, and believe me, a lot of the kids in our city have a very good reason for feeling that way.
Oh, indeed.
Absolutely.
That they're finding ways to turn that into a positive thing. But I don't think that's comparable to these people out in Oregon. These are ranchers. These are adults that are trying to, with their French vanilla creamer. It's just really, you're really roughing it out there, and you're
requesting that.
But it's the adults.
But the irony is, if it's about this land, and the irony is, if they were paying actual retail price to graze on the land, it would be far more than they're paying to the federal government.
Right.
So shut up, go home, enjoy your lives.
The thing is, if you have complaints and if they are valid,
do something about it.
Nobody
Figure it
cares
out.
because of how you've chosen to express yourself. Like
Nobody's
what you
gonna
just
take them
said.
seriously.
You aren't going to sympathize with him. I'm not going to sympathize with him. I'm going to go grow up. Do something valuable, and I don't care what your complaint is because you've gone about it in a way that's completely counterproductive.
Or if you really want to be a rebel, you really want to fight, go to places where they're fighting. There are lots of wars you can get involved in, and people will welcome you. Feel free.
And on a lighter subject, I have to give another child equal time. Here, focus in on that. This is a tweet from a picture from our friend Becca, who said,
Nico! Look at him!
It's like almost the exact same picture.
I think it's the same
apparently
smoker.
hated
Snow
the
everywhere.
snow. Nico did not like the snow.
Little bear.
So,
Oh, how cute.
Well,
He's so
children
cute.
are cute.
How old is he?
And they make,
Nico, he just
and they
turned
make good
1.
soup.
They make good soup.
Did I say that?
Whoops.
So Jane, about babysitting next weekend, we're good.
I'll watch him. I promise not to eat the baby.
I have a limited tolerance.
Home with lipstick all over his face, but that's about it.
Sheila?
Surprise topic. Okay, so we kind of touched on the Snowmageddon nonsense, right? What is everyone's opinion? Now, okay, let me start with. Has anyone
You have no
driven
idea
through?
what your surprise topic is, do you?
I do, absolutely.
All right.
I'm just not very well spoken, that's all. This is the wine, I blame that. So what's happening in my head is I was driving through Reading today on my way to work and on my way here, and I happened to see, obviously, the snow is everywhere, so the cars are parked sideways, and there's not a lot of parking out there. I see chairs, kitchen chairs.
It's like Dr. Seuss.
What do you think about people who put kitchen chairs in place and hold?
I saw a kid walking down with like an office chair.
Yeah,
It's like, where do you go with that,
Are you
dude?
kidding me? I don't blame him one bit. There's
I
a
don't
lot
either.
of work to dig out of
I
place
don't
to
blame.
put your
I feel
car.
like if you shoveled that spot out, you would totally be allowed to put that
Exactly.
chair
I
there.
totally agree, especially in
I
crazy
thought they
weather
were
like
actually
this.
arresting people for
At,
that.
so,
They
at
are.
one point, at one
Very
point
illegal.
they were going around and they were picking up the chairs.
Yes, there was a whole big campaign last year.
Yeah.
You know what?
I think
I mean, it's
so
hard on
unfair.
everybody, but that's a lot of hard work digging out your car. car.
That's what I'm saying. If you did
Yeah.
the work
think
and
so.
somebody takes the space, it's not fair.
Right.
I really think I'm a fan of the chairs. I
But you
think
know,
they
those
should
of
let
us who
them.
live in the suburbs shoveled and blew our driveways yesterday, and then the snowplow came back and
Same thing
locked
happened to
them
me
all
in my
up.
apartment.
So you know,
Yeah.
everybody's working at it. I know how I feel about the chairs. I think, like you said, it was community days. One of the streets down from where we live, which is a street that nobody has garages, and the cars park on the street. There's no way a snowplow could get through. Those people all came out yesterday and shoveled the whole street. It's only a block long, but they shoveled the whole street.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know about
It's
a
nice in
chair.
communities
Sometimes
where
there's just
everybody
no place
chips
to put
in.
the snow. I
Exactly.
mean, you can
That's
only
the problem
shovel
right
so
now.
much
Yeah.
snow because
Indeed.
there's no place
There's
to put it.
really nowhere to
I would
put
have
it.
to say I'm ambivalent to the chairs because I do live in the suburbs and we live on a snow emergency route. So when Friday came around, we park in our backyard because we can't park on a street. Now, the cross street, everyone dug their cars out. So there's police orders that tomorrow they're going to plow. So all of those people are now parked
They have to move.
on my block, and I'm parking in my backyard, and I'm not mad about it because you know what?
have
what has
somewhere to
happen.
go.
Yes, why can't Reading do this?
Yeah.
Just, I forget who it was, had a wonderful idea of mandatory, we have so many parking lots around here.
Yeah.
Mandatory going into the parking lots during a storm.
Well, they
And
did
they
have
were
a-
open for.
They
Well,
did have
others
another
to
they're
store.
open, but you should require it, and then the plows can go down and do their
Do their
plowing
thing.
thing.
That
And,
would make a difference.
and it-
And
the
Lancaster.
city
Yes.
Yeah,
cannot
Lancaster
just
does it
plow
too.
it. You need to
Yeah.
remove it. And I
Well,
know that
yes.
takes some more concerted effort, but in a city you have to do that. You have to remove it and put it somewhere else. And
That's true. There's just no place to go.
This just
with
shouldn't have
it.
been a surprise. I mean, it's not
They
the
knew it was
first time
coming.
We had a lot of
They were
snow.
calling for
Right.
feet and feet of snow. So
well,
they
but a lot of
needed to-
them weren't. A lot of them were saying
it's
you'll
changed.
top
You're
out at
right,
18
yeah.
inches.
I heard anywhere from
And-
6 inches to 3 feet.
Yeah,
What did the
30
city
inches
actually
later.
get? I
You're
heard
right, but-
16.
oh, it was much more than
It was
16.
more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause it was 30 where I was,
It
but
was-
I heard it was.
That's
No,
what
it
I
was
got.
about-
Yeah, where I was, the snow drifted.
I mean,
so
it
like by
was-
the time I was done, it was up to my neck.
It
I'm
was
like,
about
wow.
that on
A lot
my
of snow.
table
Let's just
outside.
settle it was a lot.
So
Yeah, and
whatever
and
that is.
The drifts was what got us. They blew
sounds
right
like
into our
30
front
to me.
door.
It looks like
I
they
think
had.
our front
I'd
door.
say
It was
that.
up to here.
Yeah,
but I
our
was
roof
like,
was.
Focus. Oh, yes, sorry.
A lot of snow. Got
Yes.
it
A
settled.
lot of
yeah,
snow.
so
Ta-da!
Oh, my goodness.
yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. The chairs, I like them. I would do it too.
Well, I do agree. It's a lot of work to set that, get your car dug out. And honestly,
Especially
most
in
people...
Reading, where there's not parking already
Exactly.
to begin with.
And
Reading
people
is a tough
in
place
neighborhoods
to find spots.
park pretty regularly in the
In a
same
spot.
spot.
Yeah.
right in front of their
That
homes.
happens in my neighborhood too. You have a spot.
It's not designated, but you know it's
Indeed.
yours. Yeah.
Well, all right, I'm getting the move along. So, close that surprise topic. So, here we go. Remember, the number is 610. Wait, grab a pencil and a paper, or write it on your hand.
Or start just
And
dialing
send us
it
a
in.
picture of it. That's it.
Focus.
Write the number on your hand and send us a picture of it on Twitter. We're about to give away the glasses. So, 610-378-0426. Third caller wins. Go! And while you
Wait
get
for
to
the
your
phones to
phones,
blow up.
yeah,
The third
610-378-0426. Third caller wins our set of. That's what
They
she
feel
said.
so great in your
Aren't
head.
Fabulous. They do.
Yeah, they're like
They
something out of a
do.
1950s
Yes,
like
they
glory.
feel so great.
They don't tip
They-
over.
No, they don't. Like,
Come
they're
on,
like-
Aunt Betty Joe, call
They're
in.
like weebles.
Yes, they're like we.
They wobble,
almost-
but they
they're
never fall
almost like
down.
stemless wine glasses, but you could also use them for a nice rocks drink.
Exactly. Which is
I
what
like
I
the
do
way
at
she
home.
thinks.
But while we're waiting for that someone to win here, we have a special announcement. We have an honorific in our midst.
So excited.
Oh yes.
Martha
that's
is
right,
no
I
longer
forgot.
Martha.
Excited.
She's no longer plain old Martha or plain
Plain
young
old
Martha.
Oh my
Martha.
goodness, got real fancy.
She is.
Watch this.
She is Lady
you have a
Martha
certificate.
Richardson.
You're a
Stuff
special.
just got real.
Oh wow, get out.
Perry.
Lady
Lady Martha.
of Lochaber and Lady of Glencoe. And I actually, this is a master deed title to land in Scotland. I have about 10 square feet that my husband gave me for Christmas in Scotland. I am a titled landowner in a nature preserve in Scotland that gives me, I don't have to pay tax on it. I have the right to use the title lady on
That's
any
so
official
awesome.
document, including my driver's license.
Is that what students are going to start calling you now?
Well, I told my kids they may call me Lady Mom.
Lady
Mom.
Oh,
you should make your students call you that. How cool would that be, Lady Martha? Oh my goodness.
You can find the plot. It's in this charitable trust in Scotland.
Let me quick go to the home viewer.
Oh, okay.
Home viewer. We have a home viewer. Who are you and what do you want? Hello, home
She
viewer.
just wants the glasses.
Hello, it's Mark Almond.
And he is a QT pie.
Hello, Elaine.
Oh, you are the winner.
You won. That's nice.
Wonderful.
Set of glasses. That's
Well,
exciting.
Your Lucky Charms on the show.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for being our wonderful. That's what she said, glass winner.
Yes.
And
You
oh
can
yes,
actually
and
find my plot
have they gotten
on the
your
internet.
address
You can
yet?
see it.
No.
You know what? If
All
you'd
right.
like, I'll drop them off myself. He works at the Crown
Hey.
Plaza.
Oh,
And I'll be happy to.
If he's
We
as
don't-
handsome as
we
you
don't
say,
have
I'll
to
drop
do
him off.
oh well. The Crown Plaza. How is
I
it
can
there?
actually will it to my children. The title is
Stop.
inheritable.
Oops.
Oh,
Did he
he's
go away?
gone.
Okay.
Oh, poop.
Hello?
Oh, there!
No, he's there. He just couldn't tell because we were just chatting. So how is it at the Crown Plaza these days? The wonderful. That's our new wonderful hotel downtown.
No, no, no.
it's,
Oh, no, no.
That's our own
Plaza
wonderful
in West
hotel.
Right.
That's the one in Wyomissing.
Indeed.
Yes.
Oh.
That's right. It's beautiful there.
It
It is
is
beautiful.
lovely.
They have great
Indeed.
food.
I'm very busy.
Excellent. So, do you watch the show regularly?
I do.
Yay.
Wonderful, sir.
That's exciting.
And
Pardon?
make sure before we hang up that we'll go off with you somewhere, maybe to a meadow. But we'll stop talking with you and make sure you give your address to I think Jones in there or Amber, so we can get those glasses right to you.
Awesome. Great job on the show.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Congratulations.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so there's a tree on my property. It's only about 10 square feet, but the whole thing is a really keen idea.
I think that's way
It's
cooler than a
really
star.
cool idea.
Don't you?
Totally.
It's
tangible. You're a lady.
Because it's
What are you
advertising.
gonna do next
now.
Christmas,
And
Mary?
it's inherited. My
How do you top this?
I'm sorry?
How did your husband get that idea? That is awesome.
I can't tell you. It's kind of a secret.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Well, secrets are made to be shared, you know.
No,
Just saying.
you would have to ask me after the show.
I want to be Lady Jane. Jamie, can you work on that?
So does that mean that we get to take a field
Actually,
trip to go see it?
He saw.
Hey!
There was an article in the
That would be fun.
AARP Journal. Not an ad, but there was an article about it in the AARP Journal. But you can actually see it's a legitimate thing. You can go on the internet and find the vertices of my plots and see where they are. And there's a tree on one of them. And they're a little bit bigger than this table, so if I'd want to be buried there, they'd have to stand me up. But you may call me
That
Lady
would
Martha.
be so
And,
cool.
and on that note, what is it with all these icons dying?
Yeah, this has been a bad year already for a lot of famous people.
Oh my goodness!
David Bowie, in my heart always.
That
I
is
just
devastating.
Fascinating man.
Oh, he was
Yeah.
amazing,
You
and
know, I shared
once
an
saw
amazing
him.
video on like right before he passed away. I was like,
Really?
oh, this is
Yeah.
a cool song, and then he died. I was like,
I
oh Lord.
once met him in the company of his wife Iman and
Really?
Isabella
bet
Rossellini.
she's stunning.
I mean, it was.
Well, that's better than Bob
I was going to say, yeah, she's top you.
I mean, it was like the sun blinding me.
Wow.
That all
That's
that
amazing.
beauty.
That's
He's lived
so
in New
cool.
York all these years and circulated and was not acting the celebrity and very private
just kinda, like,
person.
blended
He's a
in.
very
Yeah.
private person.
He was a wonderful, wonderful man. And then there's Lemmy from
Lemmy, yeah, Lemmy Kilmister.
Yeah, right.
Indeed.
For me, it was Alan Rickman.
And Alan Rickman.
Love
Yeah.
Alan Rickman. I fell in love with him when he did Sense and Sensibility
Yeah.
with
Right.
Kate Winslet. He was Colonel Brandon, and
Right.
you know, as a teenager, I watched that
Snape?
and
Wasn't
Pride
it Snape
and Prejudice and
in Harry Potter movies?
And then he was Snape in Harry Potter, and I just, oh, what a phenomenal actor. Actually, my best friend has, she does jewelry with Stella and Dot, and there's a bracelet that says always on it which was the last line that Snape
right.
says. I totally bought it.
You did it,
I
did you?
did.
Oh, Nicole.
Because I just, I did cry.
You're
when
so
I,
cute. You're so mushy. I love it.
So sweet.
Now, quickly, because we're almost out of time, is there anybody who has something that's coming up that they want to plug? Quick.
Totally. American Idiot at Genesius. Next
right.
weekend. This weekend.
This
29th,
weekend?
yes. The 29th.
And it runs
Opening
for 2
night,
weekends?
2 weekends, yes.
Genesius
Opening
Theater,
night, Friday,
9th
Friday.
and Walnut. 10th and
10th
Walnut.
and Walnut,
10th.
yeah.
Explain what it is.
American Idiot? It's a show based on Green Day, their American Idiot album. And there's a storyline. I'm not too familiar with the storyline, but it's going to be amazing. And it has some of my favorite people in it, so go see it.
Excellent.
It's going to be really cool.
Oh, big improv show over at Albright. I think it's the first weekend in February. It's on their website. But they have college students from a lot of different colleges, including my daughter at Westchester is going to be there. But also some our own local adult improv group
It's
from
Reading
around
Theater.
Reading.
It's,
And
improv.
it's hysterically
Yeah,
funny
yeah. It's
and
Reading
really
Theater
good to see.
Project.
And I'm almost positive it's the first Saturday in February.
Shout out
Excellent.
to my friend Logan Toomey, who is going to be doing it.
Former
And
student
he
of
was,
mine.
he
He's
was
a former student
yes, he
of
told me to
mine.
tell you why. Yes, he was long-term sub at
All right,
Happy Valley.
we can talk about this after the show. Keep plugging.
Albright classes start this week. They were to start today, but they sort of screwed up move-in day on Friday, Saturday. So classes were postponed, but that's my employer. So Wednesday I will be there.
All right, I have nothing other than, remember, you can find us on the web at that'swhatshesaidonline.com or easier, twss.tv, or on Facebook at She Posts to Me. She Posts to Me. Or on Twitter, of course, at She Tweets to Me. We try to sense a theme. We want to thank, as always, our wonderful BCTV family. It's so good to be back here. Welcome to the 5th year of That's What She Said. Thank you, Joanne, Amber, Tyler, and Lindsay for being a wonderful studio.
And thank you, Elaine, for being here.
Yes.
Awesome. Yes.
I felt so comfortable with you.
Yes. Oh my God, that was
But
so
yes,
much
thank
fun.
you so much. And we'll see you.
Next month.
Oh, do we have the date?
February.
Quick. Oh, look, it's on there. Oh, yes.
Surprise.
February 22nd, same time, same channel. We'll see you then. Thanks for being with us.
Birthday.